Hello, good afternoon, everybody. It's Brian here of this YouTube channel. If this is what Brian thinks adventures, I thought I would like to provide some very wonderful updates and talk about some very positive things, what's been going on this month of January, and also what is going to be in store over this February next month, as well as the following next month of March and the following month of April and May of this spring and June later on this spring, and as well as before the summer months of this next July and August, as well as after. So here goes. I just want to give you all a heads up is that I have reached over 8,875 YouTube videos, and I am nearing up to 11,900 YouTube videos, so another 100 more to go will be 12,000, and then another 8,000 beyond up to 20,000. So, and then after that, I'll be beyond 20,000 YouTube uploads of my amazing adventures. Right now, I just want to let you know, I know for many people may want to hear this, is that there's a Lunar Chinese New Year that goes on for 2 weeks between the end of January as well as February, and that's also for people who are Chinese, part of their culture. Although it's not really my culture in that respect, but it is a good way too. And in fact, I also want to talk about some of the amazing things what I'm focusing on right now. So for those who may want to know, and some who may know what's going on with me, is that I am still in the amazing process of finding another part-time job opportunity somewhere else that's closer to my place on the south side here. So I'm still focusing into that, and I still have some positive goals like going back to school for my Adobe classes. So I'm going to be investigating other avenues for my school as we go into the beginning of this February, as well as March of next month, and as well as before the month of April and May. And hopefully, I just want to let you all know is that I am also going to be letting my friends from Calgary know when I plan to go to Calgary on the second week of this July of this upcoming summer of this year, that I had to temporarily put off 6 months ago, this past summer 2021, because it wasn't safe for me, and my mom asked me to stay away from the Crowdson Stampede until this upcoming July. So it was it was hard, but you know what? It was the right and responsible thing too. But I did other things too. Before and after my grandmother and Auntie Hazel's funeral, like for example, I had a lot of amazing opportunities to take the bus over to Aldershot Station on the HSR in Waterdown when I was visiting my Auntie Paula at her home. So I had the opportunity of walking to the bus stop from her house to Aldershot Station, where I took 18 Waterdown on one of our bus routes of our HSR buses of Hamilton Street Railway in Waterdown. Because the main reason you might want to know is that I am used to taking the buses on my own on our HSR buses in Hamilton on my travels in Ontario, because I have taken the ETS buses on my own here for over 18 years, since 17 years ago in the year spring of May 2005, as well as the summer of July, August 2005, before and after my last year of elementary school in Avonmore ended in June 2005, and as well as over my first year attending junior high in Alawai Karen 16 years ago in grade 7, and my second year in junior high in grade 8, in my third year in grade 9 14 years ago, including on my fourth year, as well as my first year of high school at LY Cairns 13 years ago in the year 2008-2009, 12 years ago 2009-2010 in grade 11, and when I was in grade 12 in 2010-2011, as well as returning grade 12 2011-2012, and also my last year of high school, my fifth year, in 2012-2013 of 9 years ago, as well as before and after I started post-secondary. And very likewise, I'm really wanting to let you know is that last night, my mom, my stepdad Neil, and I, we saw the movie called The 355 at the Landmark Cinemas in Tamarack near the Meadows Transit Center. It's very nice too. I've been in the Landmark Cinema since this past June of 7 months ago, of this past summer of last year. So it'll be 8 months this February coming up. So it does feel like 8 months the way I say that, doesn't it? But I really wanting to give you all a heads up is that I am also in the process of rescheduling my post-secondary schedule, and also in the process of getting my stuff back on track very cautiously, safely, and optimistically. And yes, after tomorrow, I will provide you with the February 2022 update come Tuesday, February 1st, of this first Tuesday of February. And before I go, folks, I really want to say some very positive things as well. I have been making a lot of very understanding choices since before this past summer, after this past summer, and also 5-6 months ago this September, October, and 3-4 months ago this November, 2 months ago on the last month of 2021, before and after the Christmas holidays, and before and after New Year's drew near. I've been thinking extremely hard. And right now, I still have my resume re-updated, so I'm still in the process of job hunting, finding another part-time job opportunity somewhere else that's closer to me, because I've made the very wise and fair decision and very smart choice since this past summer of this year. I am going to move on to something else that allows my school, and also I am never ever going to work in West Edmonton Mall anymore because it is far too intense for my work anymore. It's too rough, too many people, too dangerous for work anymore, too many annoying customers. So I am not dealing with that, and it's too dangerous and too hard for work anymore. So that's why I've made the smart and safe choice after I finished my last job last June. So I'm in the process of finding somewhere else that's closer to me. So, and something else I feel comfortable in doing for my work part-time while I'm concentrating on my studies and my school. And also, I will definitely let you all know when I plan to fly down to Hamilton this year, and also when I plan to see our mutual peers again, Kayla and my Uncle Ray, and also when I plan to take the HSR and the GO Transit. And Hamilton, our old place, when I visit again, as well as Waterdown, where my Auntie Paula is, so I can ask if I can come and go, so as long as it works on her schedule. And also me take the GO train to and from Union Station in Toronto, since I very well know the way from Aldershot Station very well on my own, because I have made a very responsible difference. And because I have taken the bus on the GO, on the HSR and the GO Transit, and have taken the GO train at Aldershot Station in Waterdown before, including Oakville Station in Oakville, as well as to and from the biggest transit center hub that I still love and visit the most, Union Station of downtown Toronto, where I get a chance to go on the subway to go northbound to St. George Station on our Young University Spadina line on the TTC, Toronto Transit Commission. That's my transportation I use too. Where it used to be my transportation with my Auntie Paula, my mom, and my grandma, where I've been to before, will always be my favorite go-to as well. And now, before I go, folks, most importantly, you should always be very careful when doing YouTube vlogs, and also being cautious too. So that way nobody doesn't irritate you and you don't get people irritated at, right? So you want to make sure you do that very cautiously and very carefully. Now, before I go, folks, I want to say the most important thing is that I'm still going to definitely get a chance to film some elevators and various public transit systems on my travels again, in between my new part-time work schedule and my post-secondary schedule. So while I'm integrating with my schooling, so I have thought very hard since this past summer, as well as this fall of September 5-6 months ago, as well as 4 or 5 months ago this October, and 3-4 months ago this November as well. But I just want to say that the 355 almost in the hotel shootout almost looked like the lobby shootout too. Kind of like the Matrix, you might say. But you know, what stays in the movies and the video games stays there. Now, what I'm so pleased to announce to tell each and every one of you is that I have really made this huge milestone making YouTube videos for so long. I remember I first started doing it 7 years ago, and now look where it's got me now. I call it local, regional, Canadian public transit elevator DJ vlog rising YouTube 5-star Brian, which is my vibes, pals. But seriously, everyone, I recently got my 3rd booster, so I hope to get my Calgary Stampede trip rescheduled to this July in less than 6 months from this February, after this winter, to the 2nd week of this July. So hopefully I can get that rescheduled, get the dates renewed that I had temporarily put off 6.5 months ago, 7 months ago this past summer, in July of 2021 this past year. So there's still some things that needs to be rearranged, but I'm going to get that restored as well. So you might want to know is please leave some positive likes and comments down below, and let me know what Calgary Transit buses or C trains you want me to check out when I visit the downtown Calgary, and check out the bus and the C train on Calgary Transit when I go for Calgary Stampede this summer of this July of 2022, as well as this following summer of next July of 2023, including 2024 and 2025 down the road. So, YouTubers, I really want to say I hope everybody has a safe day, and I'm wanting to let you all know is that I recommend some very good places in the downtown Toronto, like Ossington Station, to take the subway to on the TTC. So if anyone travels there, always remember the rules like I always do. I stay against the wall, behind the yellow line, or in the middle of the platform, and always using the quickest ways too. And doing it very safely and cautiously does make an incredible and very responsible difference. Now, before I go, here are some very most important things too. Always make sure you don't film people that don't want to be on camera on public transit as well as elevators. Right? Because some people do mind it, some of them, you want to make sure you don't catch them on camera. So you want to be very cautious about that. Now, I just want to let you all know is that with February, March approaching, I'm definitely going to let each and every one of you, when I get my school schedule looked at too. So I'm looking at the MacEwan University website about the Adobe courses for this February, March. as well as closer to this April as well. Thank you for this wonderful update, January 30th of 2022. You take care, everyone. Stay safe.